As a real estate agent, one of the most important systems that we need as an agent to have that long-term success is our real estate CRM system. So in this video, I'm going to explain the importance of it and some of the differences between if we have one, if we use it, and if we don't, and then the benefit of really having one that can crush it. So stay to the end, because that is one of the most important things, is how to crush it, how to have that long-term success. And then again, what are the things that can happen if we don't have one? So I am Kim Barber. I am with Kim Barber Coaching, as well as my real estate team is Kim Barber Group out of Northern Virginia and West Virginia. And so we would love to help you, whether it's in sales or coaching. And so let's jump into it. So inside the real estate business, and coming from somebody who used systems all the time, I found it to be particularly important right away when I started in 2004 to keep track of my leads. Pay attention to who are the people I knew, my sphere of influence, who are the people that I really wanted to focus on, and how do I keep track of them over time, as well as like, how do I keep them in one place all the time? So I came from IT and software, and I helped at one point, build these systems. But important to this story is that I also worked to help build a software company. So in order to build anything, whether it's a software company or our real estate business, we need to make sure we have sales, right? That goes without saying. And in order to have sales, we have to have leads. That goes without saying. When I first came into real estate, I was realizing that in 2004, it was way different than it is now. And I'm shooting this video in 2024, where there's an abundance of, 10 solid CRM systems that we can use. When I jumped into it in 2004, there really wasn't. And yet I knew, as a sales professional, as somebody that was a business developer and growing this business, that we had to make sure that we were staying on point, staying in front of our clients to make sure that they worked with us versus the competition. And so it's the same thing in real estate, where I already had it ingrained in my head that, I'm like, we have to make sure we stay ahead of these people. The difference of the real estate CRMs now compared to the past is there's a lot of amazing tools that we can do. I mean, let's face it, technology has changed wildly since then. And so there's a lot of things that we can do inside of our CRMs to stay top of mind, to give them information about their market, their real estate, zip code, their city, their neighborhood. And it's really important to put those leads in at the beginning when we have the relationship, or if you're like, you've already started your real estate career and you're just now moving into the effort. It's an effort for us to, put everything in and set it up the right way. There's no doubt about that. And most salespeople like to skip that part. But it's so important that we put them into our database and start sending them content to stay top of mind, because if we don't do that, our competition will, and then who we think is going to be our client is going to go to another agent. So very, very important. And so I was doing this at the beginning. It was a lot more work. And so one of the things that I know, though, over this period of 20 years is that had I not kept track of these leads, had I not put them as a system, made sure I have their email, make sure I stayed current with their phone number, they were changing jobs, had I not stayed in touch with them and remembered like what house they bought, the year that they bought it, things about their family, remembering even where I met them, had I not done that in 2004 and forward, and let's just face it, nobody is perfect at doing this. So nobody is expecting anybody to be perfect. But had I not done that, when I got that phone call this year that said, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been since 2005 that we've been working together, I wouldn't have been able to have clients that we've closed 5 deals with, over this long period of time. And also, like, I'm going to self-admit that I can't remember anything all the time. Like, I can't remember everything, as somebody mostly say. And I'm sure you, as a real estate, as a human, can feel the same way. So to remember where we came to know them from, or remember even what house we sold them, having that CRM helps us manage the customer journey. So customer relationship management, that is the CRM. And so when somebody calls me and I get that phone call, I can look into my system that improved over time as the technology did. And I can go and say, oh my gosh, when we played golf back in Penderbrook, which is a neighborhood I used to live in, when we played golf then, I can't believe it's been this many years, or how's your house doing, in that neighborhood, or whatever it is that we met people from. It changes it makes people feel like they're important. It makes us be more respectful of where we came to know them from. And so as we go along in the journey, it also then helps us get more repeat business. We're more comfortable to call because we remember things about them. So adding the notes to our CRM, very important. Using the automation that they have. I set up automation for myself. I use kvCORE, but my automation can quite frankly work in many, many CRMs. I set up this amazing automation. I'm just going to throw it out there. Like I believe it's truly like best in class, because I had so many leads. And then when I have to step away from my business, my CRM system and my automation is set up that I can be on vacation. I replicated actually my real estate depth, my real estate experience, and I can very, very, very easily manage all of these leads or turn it over to somebody else, because I literally replicated what I do, when I call, how frequent I call, and I can keep track of people over years and years and years and years, a mix of the best practices that we have to do to stay in touch. I know what to say. My inside salespeople, the people that get my campaigns, know what to say, when to make the appointment. They're not afraid to get that, make that call and know what to say, because they use these things like the hashtags and the tools to stay top of mind. But can you imagine if you went into a database, into a CRM, because you would need a CRM way more power than a database. But if you could go into one that has the automation that replicates true real estate experience, and you can walk right in and know when to call, when to increase the frequency of their searches, their market reports, we know exactly when they're planning to close. That gets to the advanced level of using a CRM. And the importance of this is that we have a higher increase of return on investment from our leads. And so this happens as we compound over time. So it's important from the very beginning to get our leads in there, to respect what our end goal is, which is to get more closings from the leads that we have, to have a better result, to feel comfortable calling, and make the CRM our friend. So these are some of the important things about having a CRM. And here's what happens at the end. If you don't do this, what is the penalty? Your CRM system, all the leads that you've put in become somewhat similar to a Yellow Pages. And if there's no notes, if there's no pattern, the automation of when to call, if we don't have the history that we understand, then think about it. If you wanted to sell your business, if you wanted to age out and you miss having all these notes, or didn't spend the time to catch up on it, or were missing sending them seller valuations, if somebody wants to come in and like take over your business or buy your business, or just bring agents in to scale, an assistant, an inside salesperson, they're going to get lost. The value of your business is going to go down. I know this for sure. It's something that's so passionate to me. And instead, if you have a system that has all these branding is out there, it's been dripping it for years, somebody can come right behind you and they can close the deals. They are comfortable and confident in who they're calling. It's a warmer transfer. Then your business becomes more valuable. You can close more deals. Everything that we've worked for has more money back in your pocket. And that's the critical importance of a CRM. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have gotten this far, which I hope that you have, then you are obviously committed to your business. I want to invite you to join me in my communities, in my free live masterclass. I'm helping a lot of agents become wildly successful and increasing their business 20% in 6 months, and so I invite you to join me in one of my communities or one of my events here. You can look in the links here or here, and then you can go ahead and join us there. So if this has been helpful, do me a favor. YouTube, we know, loves the thumbs up. It lets people know that I am giving you valuable information. I would love to see a comment below if you are getting some help with this, if there was an aha. If you have other questions that you would like to have answered, put that comment below so I can help you. And again, I hope that you have subscribed. Thanks for visiting me at YouTube, Kim Barber with Kim Barber Coaching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.